course is about the introduction of Chinese politics. The classroom at our campus is in the building 14 of the number classroom 112. And remember, next time it's also the same classroom. Please don't enter the wrong classroom because I don't know. Do you know this course? It will be provided by 3 teachers. Here are 3 parts. One is the Chinese contemporary politics. That's my job. Okay, and 111, Miss Zhang, teacher Zhang, she is teaching the Chinese history. And the next teacher will be charging the Chinese society. Yeah, Chinese society. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Politics, history, and the society. Okay. So you have to check your syllabus, to check the classroom, because every teacher just will provide about 6 times lessons for our part. Okay, just 6 times. So I have to remind you to check your WeChat app. Here we have a group, right? So just 6 times, just 6 lessons. You have to change the classroom and change the Tencent meeting. And I have to say, here for my lessons, here are 2 assignments, 2 writing assignments. Can you understand that? Twice homework. Okay, one is in the so-called mid exam, and the last one, you have to finish the course. You have to finish your final exam, the final quiz. Okay, and we will remind you again and again. Okay, and for our Chinese politics, this part you have to finish 2 assignments, right? And when you are studying the Chinese history, you also have 2 other assignments. Can you understand that? And when you are learning the Chinese society, maybe you will have another 2 assignments. Okay, this is the first rule. And the next important thing I have to share with you, I know you are the student of the commercial school, business school. Oh, not commercial school. Okay, business school. Okay, but this course is provided by the international school. Can you understand that? And according to the rules of the international school, as a teachers, we have to remind our students, our overseas students, to check your attendance every time. It's very important because frankly, it relates to your final score. Can you understand that? Your attendance is very important. So I have to check your attendance, not only the classroom, also the Tencent meeting. Once you have no time to enter into our classroom, but I think I have to remind you, you also should log on the Tencent meeting, okay? To log the Tencent meeting with your student ID, okay? And because this is the first class, and except my lessons, also other 2 teachers, they will obey the same rules according to the international school. Okay, so Your scores are related with two parts. One is related with the assignments, and another is just the attendance. Okay. And I think all of our students can pass the final exam if we can, just obey the rules of the international school, right? Okay. So, final exam, yes, but final exam, we have to discuss it. Our three teachers, okay, to decide the final exams method. For example, you whether to just write an essay, not maybe it's limited with about 500 or 1,000 words, maybe. Okay. Or maybe we will invite our overseas students to come into the same classroom to have a final exam. We will discuss it. And of course, before the finish of this term, we will remind you. We will tell you how to finish this course. Okay. And here is my portable disk is missing. So we just use the tensor meeting. Okay. And there is the slide. Hi guys. Did you get all the information I mentioned just now about this course? Because this is our first course of this term. Did you get it? All the rules? Okay, thank you, Muamo. Okay, let's get started of this class. I said this course is about the Chinese contemporary politics. So here are some links with Chinese history. No, in our Chinese history, it also includes the politics, right? But here we will not mention too much about Chinese historical politics because it belongs to the content of Miss Zhang. Okay. And my name is Wang Wei. Wang is just my family name, and Wei is my given name. And you can call me Wei. Okay. Yeah, I'm not the teacher of the international school, but I'm also working in the same university. My school is here, School of Public Administration and Society. Okay. And here's my email address and WeChat and my WeChat. If you are interested in the Chinese politics, you can, or if you have any questions, you can contact me via these two methods. Okay. And it's the same address, JSNUWW. Okay, JSNU, just our abbreviation of our university, and WW is my Chinese name's abbreviation. Okay, go ahead.
How much in class score?
Well, the four score is about not about, it's just 100. 100, and you will gotten. Guys, if you are interested in the scores about this course, I have to say, your final exam, your final score is just an average score. Can you understand that? Just because, as I mentioned that, these courses are offered by three teachers, right? So your scores will be an average score. These two different teachers will give you a specific score about our own lessons. Okay. Get it? For example, you get a score from me about 90, and you get from Tianjiang 80, okay? And you got from Miss Gao, another teacher, yeah, is also a female. You will call her as Miss Gao. Yeah, she is from the same school, public administration and society school, and she will give you another score. Then we will add the three scores together, yeah, and then divide it. You will get a. So I have to remind you, you should be very patient to enter into every classroom of every teacher. Can you get it? And I think if you come here and you study here, and you can, if you are interested in the content, and maybe you will discuss more, right? And you will get I think you will get a perfect score. This is my opinion, just my opinion. Okay. And back to our lesson. Here, this is our syllabus. Because in my major is public administration, and my research interests includes the crisis management and public relations. And I'm teaching the same lesson in Chinese contemporary politics. In our Chinese, we call it as, I don't know about our other three. I know this one. His Chinese is very, very good. I don't know how about your Chinese. Not so good, but you can get the Chinese words clearly, right? How about you? 一点点, a little bit. How about you? It's also a little bit. Okay. Then in Chinese, we call it as 当代中国政治制度. 当代 means contemporary. 中国, you know, China, right? China, and adjective Chinese, right? And politics, contemporary politics system. And our content is about the contemporary, not historical politics. Okay. So we know as a political systems is a series of systems. It includes about the constitution firstly, and if you are well known with the Chinese politics, you know there are 2 sessions is being held. Do you know this great news these days? 2 sessions. Yeah, it's just about related with our content. Do you know? 2 sessions in Chinese, 两会. 两会 just means the National People's Congress and the National People's Consultative Conference. These 2 sessions, these 2 conferences are held these days. This is a very vital political news in our China. It's about, just from the day before, the day before yesterday. Yeah, it will finish about 7 to 10 days. Just 7 to 10 days. And so, in our contemporary Chinese politics introduction, firstly, we will introduce the Constitution. The Constitution will tell us, our Chinese Constitution just tells us who is the state organ. Who is the highest state organ? And do you know who is the highest state organ in our China? Just now I have mentioned it. Secretary? No. Secretary. You mean Xi? You mean Xi? Chairman? No. Secretary is just a status from our CPC, not CPC, our party. Yeah, Chinese Communist Party. And president or chairman, name of our state. It's our state, but we all know this is the same person. Chairman Xi or President Xi or General Secretary, not Secretary, General Secretary in our Constitution. It rules it. General Secretary is a position is the highest position of our Chinese Communist Party. Right? And the Constitution just tells us who is the highest state organ. Firstly, it's not refers to the CPC's position, highest position. It just refers to the state highest organ. It just refers one organ. We call it as the National People's Congress. And just now I mentioned that it's being held these days in Chinese. 全国人民代表大会，大会就是 meeting or conference， 来全国 the whole country, the whole state, yeah, the whole state. So it's and that means all the representatives, it's about 3,000 deputies from all the country, yeah, gathered in Peking. Peking is our capital, right? To discuss the important political issues every year, and it's a rule. It will be held just in March. We know in the past 3 years, it was postponed just because the COVID-19 epidemic. No, just in these past 3 years, the rule just was changed for 3 years. But if not in a big war, we know the 2 sessions, especially the National People's Congress, will be held in every March, and all the representatives will gather in Beijing to discuss the political issues. Okay, so the Constitution, firstly, to tell us who is the highest state organ, and of course, Constitution is about the laws, the legislation, right? And it will tell us the relationship between the Constitution and the general laws. We know in China, and I think in your own countries, you also have the Constitution and other general laws, basic laws, right? The Constitution will tell us in China what the relationship of the Constitution and the general laws. Okay, and this is the first part. Then the second part, I want to show the China's political party system. Just now, we discussed the general secretary in Chinese, not 书记. Secretary in Chinese, 书记. We have to say it directly and specifically. 总书记 is the biggest one because there are several thousands of branches of the CPC committees vertically from the central CPC to the bottom CPC, right? Here are lots of here's not general, here's a lot of secretaries of CPC. But for Xi, we have to call him as a general secretary, 总书记 in Chinese. and we cannot change it. We cannot call him as the 书记. Here's a distinct difference. And China's political party system, we know. And here's a question. I don't know how about your understanding about our party system. What's your opinion about our party system? And do you know? Okay, here's a question. Do you know? Are there any other parties in our China? Yes or no? Firstly, no other parties in our China. You didn't know. Okay. Just know CPC. How about you? Oh, just CPC. Just CPC. How about you? Just one. Yeah. In our China. Not sure. Maybe there are other parties. I'm not very sure, but not sure. You think they're just one because okay, so I think it's very interesting because I know as a student, yeah, you, Danny, you come here for several years, right? And you finish you get your undergraduate degree, yeah. Oh, and so I think it's my next to share some issues or information with our students. I should say, yeah, you just know CPC is normal, right? Because CPC, yeah, CPC is our ruling, right? It's governing all the issues in China, right? So I can understand why you think there may be just one party, but it's not the truth. There are other 8 parties. Yeah, other 8 parties. You know, 8 other parties. 8 other parties. Guys, hey, on Tencent meeting, guys, can you hear me? I don't know how about your opinions about the Chinese party, about Chinese party system. In our classroom, some of our students think maybe they're just one party. We call it as CPC. Yes, it's our ruling party, right? But frankly, there are other 8 parties. They are not the ruling party. But I don't know whether you have other questions about the other 8 parties.
This 8 parties in CPC?
No, there are.
It's 9 parties.
Yeah, it not belongs to the CPC. They are other parties, respectively. And here is a conference. I don't know. Did you remember? Just now I shared with you. Here are 2 sessions, which are held these days, right? One is National People's Congress, right? And another one, what's that? Do you remember? Huh? Sorry, that? The Chinese People's Consultative Conference. No, 人大是 National People's Congress. 人大 is the Chinese name of National People's Congress. Right? But Chinese People's Consultative Conference just invite all the parties, not only CPC, also other 8 parties members to come into Beijing. And what the obligation and rights of the other 8 parties? They will advise, they will consult with the ruling party. Understand that? In Chinese, discuss, consultative, right? Consult with, to discuss, to consult, and for example, as the ruling party may be, CPC says here, I want to nominate one person to a position, to a government position, for example, just for example, okay? But maybe other 8 parties, the leaders of all the members, they are supervising the CPC. If they think, no, I don't think so. I don't think the correct person for the position of the government. I will tell you, this is my obligation to supervise the CPC. You get that? So other 8 parties, not the ruling parties, but they have very vital entities. They have very vital positions in Chinese politics. You understand that? And so, as our Chinese people, we will emphasize these 2 sessions. And I don't know whether you are watching the for the Chinese politics issues. This year, these 2 sessions, especially the national press, we will change our leader of the government, central government. Yeah. 4 times we will change and we will elect our leader of central government, the Prime Minister, and also the CPC's core of the CPC. The team will be changed. 4 times. I need to practice. This is a very good question. Not very sure. Just 4 or 5. 4 or 5 years. I will terminate it. Okay. Just 4 or 5 years. And this year we will change the CPC's core, 7 people. And in our history, which about 11. This is the core of the whole Chinese. Right? And lots of leaders of the government will be changed, will be elected again. 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Okay, this is our part 2, Chinese political party system. So it's my honor to share that, to let our students to know there are not only just one party in China, not only the ruling party, right? Also other 8 parties, and we will know more about their obligations and their rights, their political rights. Okay. And the third one, this term, I want to share some People's Congress of China. Then we should know more details about how about the deputies. And we know theoretically the people will elect their deputies, their representatives, right? And we will know more details about the method, the election method, right? And to the top one, how the representatives will be elected, we know they are on the top one, on top level, as the members of the National People's Congress, how many representatives just now mentioned? 4?
No.
11? No. The members of the National People's Congress. How many thousand?
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000.
Oh.
It's close to 3,000. It's close to 3,000, right? But here are lots of levels of the People's Congresses, right? Do you understand that? Yeah. So there are also different methods of the electoral methods. Indirect electoral method and direct electoral method. Right? So in this part 3, we will know more about the details about our National People's Congress and all levels of People's Congresses. And we also to show some obligations and rights, because this is very important. For example, citizen, right? If I'm not very satisfied with the, for example, if I'm not very satisfied with the traffic lights around our campus, for example, okay, because I think there are no any traffic lights around our campus. It's very dangerous. But I advise is it necessary for you? Is it necessary to tell or advise our director of our university to change the traffic lights? To our director of our university, if I advise that, is it necessary? No. I have to share my advice with who to find my district representative, right? To find my district representative, my deputy, right? Then he or she will reflect my advice to the People's Congress. Maybe they will discuss it, right? He or she will write a proposal, right, to say, oh, around such a big university, there are no any traffic lights. It's very dangerous for the faculties and students, right? So the representative will discuss it in all levels of People's Congresses, right? So it's very important to every citizen, to every Chinese person, to know how to express, how to reflect my opinion, right? And the next one is our Chinese government. Chinese government, we know there are central government and the local governments, right? And we have to know about the relationship with the central government and local government. We know in our China, the local governments have to obey all the rules of the central government. It's very different with some other countries, right? As a local government, it should obey all the rules, right? And we can get it from, especially in the past 3 years. All the things should be just to do one thing, to obey the. I think you can understand that. Just to listen to the CPC, to listen to the center of CPC, to listen to the central government, right? And not only when we are facing the public health issues, also in the when we are facing the national disasters, or we are facing dealing with the economic, right? All the steps of the local government should get the steps of the central government. Yeah. And the last one is I don't know whether you can understand this political system. We call it in English one country, two systems with Chinese characteristics. Do you know this political system? One country, two systems. Do you know which regions? Which regions they are playing the system? Another one is Macau. No, right? Just two regions. Not two. One is have you been to these
Yes.
two regions? Yes. Is it? How about you? You guys? Never been to this region? And if you have any chances, can to regions. No, not very different because in our other, I mean, Guangdong province, Shanghai, municipality, Beijing, and this modern cities just really connect with similar with the two regions. This and such as, do you know a city named Suzhou in Jiangsu province, in the southern province? It's very famous there, and it's all okay. I mean, Hong Kong and Macau to maybe to the abroad persons. They are very developed and they are very modern, right? And they are especially the Hong Kong is the center of the world economy, right? But also other cities in our motherland, China, they are very similar with the status of these two regions. But as the political system, we have to know they are implementing the different political systems in other lands. And we have to say we are implementing the socialist system. And do you know next question is how about your opinions with what the difference with the socialist and capitalist systems? Why in our China we call us as a socialist country, right? And other countries, most of these words, call them as the capitalist. How to distinguish these systems from the political or other economic views? Economic views.
It's raise free market.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, but it was a plan. So things plan. Of
Yeah.
that is
It's like social more
X.
yes, yeah. in there are more then we are we capture this they will equal in such equal if for the top categories they'll get more taxes on the rich. Yes, but share more, yeah. Taxes with the poor, right? Yeah. Okay.
So, all of people social.
You mentioned one job.
Maybe one social media. One job.
你刚刚用集体功能 ，collective，collective， 你看到这
That's still my. 来自都是，因为他们他3个赛其实也啊，只是怎么样呢？哎，
他是说那种集体，就是在其实他们也是实际上很多的集体生产集体，是吧？我没理解错吧？对吧？但我没听懂他说的这个I want to get more details.
So, what you say, capitalism, concepts, but with political people and private. So,
Private. Yeah.
Give us control the capitalism. And so, one person can take a whole, let's say, factory or industry, and they determine how the taxes and all that.
But what you want to do? 下课几点钟下课？
Yeah, by private owners. So one person can take.
Yeah.
But socialism, say, wealth, taxes, and control usually by the community. So people can say as to how taxes are paid, how maybe activities are run, what that's
You know, because of the distinct difference may be, we will to see whether the productive materials, for example, the land, the factory, it will belong to the private or to the public owners will be the country, right? Yeah, private persons or to the public, or just to the country, But we also have to say, is the main difference to political systems. But we also see that even in the capitalist countries, we have to say some of the productive materials also contribute. Right? Not all materials or climate forms. And even in our social list, countries, not just our China, right? And not all the materials, productive materials, not all the factories, then, right? Yeah, belongs to all, belongs to the whole public. Right? Also, that is
either over it's like mix.
yeah. Now we are not to emphasize physics in the ecosystem. I don't know, do you know ecosystem? Yeah. It emphasizes that whatever we are supplied at all, just to take the right net is good. So just to develop to push the China to develop the economy from since the late of 1970s. In 1978, that just 1978, Deng Xiaoping pushed the whole China to develop, put the focus from the politics, the problem. I don't know whether you can understand the history from 1949 to 1980s. But in these 30 years, from 1990, PRC just founded right until 1980s. 30 or 40 years? 30 years. Right? In most of our time, China was fighting against the 50s. We were fighting American. Real war. It was named Korean War. In the Korean War, right? It happened about in 1955, 1955. And there are other political academics in domestic in China. Even though we also developed after 30 years, we also developed industries. But when we were focusing our organization from the politics to the economy was formulated by them. So now what we are seeing, what we are observing, the modern China, we have to think for our we call it a general design reform because it's open China store. And we know he visited America and visited all the China in 1990, beginning of 1990, especially a very famous city, Guangdong province, Shenzhen. And then we visited Shanghai city. Then to push more and more cities to open to the overseas. To open the door and open the mind and new science to attract more and more broad persons. For example, our overseas students to study here, push more and more researchers of the universities and students, undergraduates or graduates to the European and American or other foreign Asian countries, such as Japan. To communicate with the world deeply from the 1980s, the beginning of 1980s. And one country, two systems with Chinese characteristics just refers to and two special regions. One is Hong Kong and another is Macau, right? They are implementing the capitalist political system. But we also have to emphasize that as these two regions, they are one part of our motherland, our China. Right? So the two regions, they have to obey the rules of the constitution. And they have to obey the leadership of the National People's Congress. They have their own representative group to enter into the discussion of the National People's Congress. They have their own conservative groups. For example, Hong Kong group and Macau group and Jiangsu province is also a respective group. Understand that?
So Hong Kong, Macau, Jiangsu.
They are equal. Yeah.
Same.
So as these two regions, also they have their autonomous rights, but also they have to obey the leadership of CPC, leadership of National People's Congress, leadership of to obey the rules of the Constitution. Get that? And they have very important rights, political rights. They have the two rights. One is diplomatic power. One is their own military. They have their own military. Get that? Not just the army of the whole China, right? Then it can defend the security of Hong Kong and they have their own military, and they have their own diplomatic power. It is just a region of the China. The diplomatic power just belongs to the central government. So if Hong Kong or Macau want to deal with their own affairs issues, right? They have to tell the central government. Then the central government will tell them how to communicate with other countries or other. Right? So this is the very special political system. We call it one country, two systems. but with Chinese characteristics. Okay. And I think we will share some of the political systems with our students, with you this term. And of course, there are other political systems, including the grassroots of organizations, and the ethnic system. Maybe we will have no enough time to share with you. But so if you are interested with the political system, there are some books, but they're written in Chinese. You can get it from the slide. You can borrow these books from our library, and you can read the Chinese books, and you also can download from the internet. Okay. Of course, if you are interested with the Chinese politics, okay. And how about to take a break for 5 minutes? I didn't get the time. Sorry. Okay. Just 5 minutes. Okay. If you want to take a break, please tell me. Just remind me. Okay. Just tell me directly. Hey, teacher. Time is yeah. Okay. If you want to take a break, okay, because sometimes I forgot the time. Okay, and time passed quickly.哎，怎么又共享不了了？哎呀，这怎么弄的？这个是。Hey guys, I'm here. Eh? Okay, let's go ahead. And guys on the internet, I have to remind you. I don't know whether our students on the internet, whether you are now you are in your own countries or just at our campus. If you are at campus, I want to remind you to enter into our classroom next time. Okay, because it's for me, frankly, it's not very convenient to check the attendance because just now I realized that some of our students checked your attendance on the Tencent meeting app, and some of our students were checking their attendance via the WeChat. Of course, I will write down all your names. But this is just my opinion, just my advice. If you are convenient, and you are just at our campus, please, I invite you here, okay, to come into our classroom next time, to enter into our classroom, okay? And here just several minutes. I want to have a beginning of our Unit 1, Constitution and Chinese Politics. Can you see me on the Tencent meeting?
Yes.
Where is... I can't see myself. I can see myself. I opened the video. And you can see me?
I can see your
Okay.
space.
From this angle, you can get my get my face? Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead. This is our first class, please. I want to get your I'm sorry for the inconvenience for our students. Sorry for that. So I invite you, if you are at campus, please come into the classroom, okay, as soon as possible. And the Unit 1, Constitution and Chinese Politics. Okay. And next time, we will from here. Chinese current constitution was promulgated and implemented in December 1982. Here, I just want to finish with this slide. I have to say, now we are implementing the 1982 version constitution. But in our history, I mean, since the foundation of our PRC, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 versions of our constitution. And the first constitution, we didn't call it as our constitution here on the slide. We call it as common program, which happened in 1949. We know our PRC, People's Republic of China, right? The whole name of our China just was founded in 1949. But the common program, which was promulgated before the foundation of our China. Can you understand that? In Chinese, 共同纲领 common 共同 rules is the normal, the original rules. But why didn't call it as our constitution? Just because the first version, the program, it was promulgated before the foundation of the People's Republic of China. And we have to say, I have to remind our students that here's an interesting point. The common program was promulgated not by the National People's Congress, just was promulgated and enacted by the organization. We call it as the Chinese People's Consultative Conference. This is a very interesting historical point, because in 1949, before CPC lead the whole Chinese people to found our new country, PRC, right? CPC invited, the interesting point is just here, CPC invited all other parties to come into Peking, to discuss, hey guys, how to found our new country, and how to operate our government, and how to promulgate or enact other general laws. So these are issues were all happened in September 1949. But we know our China was founded in which month? Yeah, October 1st, right? So this first constitution version, we didn't call it as the constitution. We just call it as the common program. But it has the same status with our constitution. It stipulates the new country's foundation and all the rules, all the programs about the new country. Can you understand that? And following other versions of constitution, we are also revised or enacted again and again, just with the development of the social development, the social issues. So we have to revise or enact another new constitution or revise it. But to our contemporary China, we are implementing the version. It's just 1982 constitution, and even this version, we have revised it for several times. That's all, and we just finished it with this point. Okay, and hope to see you again next Monday, right? Thanks all. Yeah, if you have any questions, tell me. Just tell me okay? Via the WeChat or other or the email address. Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye.